Alrighty, guys, and welcome back to Paris-Nice, stage 4, the first of our big climbs. We are going to ascend the Jesus, La Loge de Gardez. I'm very English and Australian and do not speak any other languages. These are always going to get messed up. I basically know the Tourmalet and Alpe d'Huez, and that is the extent of it. Um, Today, we're probably going to send Michael Storer as well as one of the domestiques, maybe Marco Haller, up into the breakaway. Haller is going to pull for Michael Storer, and Alaphilippe is going to go for the stage win from the peloton. One steep climb at the very end of a stage feels like it very much suits Alaphilippe, although the favourites list has Vingegaard, which is no shock with his 84 medium mountain. Annoyingly, it's not saying Hillstat is going to be used, because if it was Hillstat, we'd be right in the mix, even on the same as Vingegaard. Um, so that is marginally frustrating, but we will see what it actually goes for. I will set everything up on the team's front, and I will see you for the formation of the breakaway when we try and get two riders up front. On the start line, it is not going to be looking too positive as nobody is on a plus race day. Now, the game plan was to get Alaphilippe station from the bunch. At the very least, he's not lost any of his hill or medium mountain stats. So he's going to stay protected by Lienhard with Trentin following. Croix d'Ivoire is not going to go into the breakaway, I don't think. We just need time for Marco Haller to come up. Although, honestly, he's on a bad race day, so I might just attack away with Croix d'Ivoire. Lienhard is not looking too great either. I think I'm just going to take Croix d'Ivoire. He's going to work on the front. Dora is going to go away with the group, and Haller is just going to sit up front. Dainese is basically going to get this first sprint and then work up until he can't anymore, and then he's going to sit up and have himself an easy day in the gruppetto or maybe even the peloton for a little while if he stays up front. So Roy d'Ivoire immediately comes out. I would need to buy a little bit of time for Alberto Dainese to get up to the front. And once I see an attack go, we're just going to jump on the wheel with, I might even get Dainese to lead us for the express purpose of getting a bigger gap. Stora is going to follow from the very back. Um, I don't really want to be sat on the front because I want to follow an attack rather than make one. Dainese is going to jump on the back of this, I hope. He does, and we go away. We check back to see, is Affini happy? No, he's not. Might see if dropping Fruit of War is going to do enough. I don't think they're happy with the number of riders we have in the breakaway, which I mean is fairly fair enough. Does Affini sit up? He does not. What is he mad at? Is it one of us or one of them? Maybe it's Alexander Kristoff? Either way, we're going to sit up at the back of this group um, and not do anything too stupid. Um, because if they're not going to let us go away, we're not overly interested. Um, let's see if we just sit in because I'm not prepared to work in this group. If Dainese just decides to abandon what I've told him to do, I said we are not going to work. Well, Dainese seems to be struggling for the moment. Yeah, Visma and Lisa Bike are not happy with the composition of the breakaway, and I can only assume it's to do with Alexander Kristoff because Dora is far enough behind and in the jersey, although it could very well be Dainese. I didn't realize how close Dainese was on GC. Both of these guys need to be upped, as well as you being actually told where to go. Um, I am going to just allow him to fall back, and once we do, I want to see if I can get both of you guys up into the breakaway. Because maybe it was okay. So they weren't happy with Dainese. And once Marco Haller joins, we attack away and see if Zongler and Affini chase. They do. Who would I rather have? Cordoba is going to get us close and then drop off the back. Um, Jaw is not going to work once again. They're happy? No, they're very not happy. Denezi is just going to sit up um, and protect Trentin, I guess, who is just going to sit in the peloton with the rest of the boys. So get everything set up the way I want it. We'll see if Croix d'Ivoire can get us close. We're going to follow on higher speed, and Croix d'Ivoire is going to come back to the peloton. Stora is not going to work till Harlot crosses. Are they really going to still chase? That is so frustrating. Because I don't want Stora to have to work. And Harlot's surely far enough back. 226, is that what they're mad at? Really? Either way, I'm going to sit on um, and hope that Visma Lisa Bike give us the gap we so deserve. Mm, Yeah, I'm not overly bothered about this intermediate sprint, so Morrow and stuff can have it. Um, we've been given a gap. We have Visma Lisa Bike have given away the gap. I'm going to do a little bit of time protecting, and then on the as they just straight up give up. Um, maybe I'm not. Anyway, I'm going to get us back on, and I will see you for the KOM sprint. The Coach de Lavon. As we come to the base of the real ascent of the Lavon, we are going to sit on the front with Marco Haller, with Stora in the wheel, doing a mountain lead out. We want to make it difficult because I don't really want Christoph in the breakaway just because of where he is sat on time. So if we can find a way to drop Christoph but keep Morrow and Vanderhorn, which isn't going to be likely, that would be ideal. Romeo is our big concern for the stage win if we make it that far. But he has a teammate as well, but they're both working, whereas Stora isn't going to sit a turn on the front until Marco Haller has been dropped from this breakaway group. Back in the peloton, it is Visma Lisabike. Kudowa is sat extremely close. I'm going to get him to do that, and Donated can just follow Trentin. Um, yeah, Haller's just going to sit on the front for the next couple of Ks. At 1.5 to go, we're going to look to attack away with Marco Haller, who's going to do the heavy lifting, and Stora is going to sit in the wheel as we lose the gap. It's looking close. Romeo Stora. Stora takes it on the line. We love to see that. As everyone sits up and Haller starts to go back to working. Romeo, I'm not overly keen on there just being three of us. So I might stop working for a minute. I would much rather pick back up everyone but Christoph, um, if that's an option. I'm even happy for Mora to come back as a teammate. That's just one extra person working. Um, and once he is here, I'm going to send Haller back to the front. I don't want Christoph coming back, and I am perfectly okay with that. He's done his job. Um, I don't know if he picked up points. He did not at the first intermediate sprint, so his day in the breakaway was largely a waste. Visma Lisa bike still controlling the front. I will come back for, unless something big happens on one of these ascent of the Cat 3s, I will probably come back at the base of the Cat 2. Warner Athene has decided with Visma Lisa bike to start an extreme chase. We're losing time even when I'm going on 85. I'm not sure what their logic is, but I don't think they want us to survive. As with 1.7 to go, I'm going to send Holler for the start of the sprint lead out. We're going to wait as long as we can with Michael Storer. 0.7k to go, 0.6. We launch with Stora. Is it too late? Does he have enough? Romeo lands out just before the line as we cross the line and all but secure the Climbers Championship. It's like King of the Mountain classification. Um, just being a little bit stupid there for a moment, as our boys are struggling to stay in the group with the pace of Eduardo Affini. There is no obvious logic for this. Maybe they're just starting the breakaway catch early. Um, so we're just going to commit him back to the front, and he's just going to chill in the back again. We've lost a rider, and honestly, ideally, that will mean that they struggle. Although Visma have just lost a lot of riders, either that or other teams have decided they do not want us leading. Jorgensen in the yellow jersey, as he often is in real life. I don't know what happened to Visma. Are they in this group at the back? No. One of them is, but that's just Campanars. Okay. Um, Not overly sure what's happened there, although I have not paid attention because that would be too smart of me. Um, as Stora is running out of energy a little bit too quickly. We might lose this one. We do. That is okay. We're still in 15 points in the lead. I'm going to go back to sitting up and hope that Fala can come back to this group. We don't want to lose him just yet because he's the only thing setting pace. Um, he's going to do what he can over this cat too, and Stora is going to sit the wheel and see what kind of gap we can get. As instead, he decides to lose the wheel. We love to see it. Stora is going to end up dropping Marco Huller. That is okay. Stora comes back to the wheel. We are all good. Huller's going to do what he can in regards to sitting in front and protecting Michael Stora. But as the tempo increases again, we go up. Haller does one final lead out before he drops down to the peloton. Haller goes, Stora in the wheel. Stora comes out. Does he have enough? We start to go a bit faster. Comes around. Does get there in the end. Michael Stora beats out Romero, and that is surely the classification. Even Romero, if he gets the stage win and the Cat 3 and we get no points, he would win. So let's not let that happen. Michael Stora is going to be allowed to ride now. Because honestly, I don't just want to, like, is there any point? Really? Let's just do that. Michael Stora is going to come back to the peloton. I will come back probably at the bottom of the Loge. Let's just say that. As we cut back as a large peloton split has formed, fetching out people such as Warren Bargill, Tobias Foss, and Lenny Martinez down here. I think they will get back, but what will that do to their energy stores? It was not us, it was a mixture of teams all drilling the pace on the front. It was not a breakaway catch. It's been a mid for the stage victory. They did not let up when they caught the breakaway. They just kept on drilling the pace. Although here we are with 1K to go. I'm going to start attacking for the pure purpose of picking up some points, just to really solidify that King of the Mountains jersey, ideally. Because I don't know if we have enough energy to do this, but that is okay. He gets a gap. I'm not sure if it's worth pushing on. It's not. He immediately kicks into gear over the top. That is okay. I'm fairly sure, and yes, it does. That confirms our win in the King of the Mountains classification for Mikel Stora. And here we go. We start the ascent with Nils Pollert on the front. Looks like this is going to be a very, very high-paced climb. We're going to get everyone as far to the front as we possibly can. We obviously are going for Julian Alaphilippe on this stage. We will see if and how well he can ride on this stage. Um, Dora, obviously, having been in the breakaway, is just up here in case we need someone late. Trentin is going to do what he can. Alaphilippe, is that an attack? No. O'Brien just setting a high tempo, coming over the top for Ben O'Connor, who looked very strong so far. 4.5k to go. Popping all the gels. We need to get someone protecting Alaphilippe. Dora's just going to jump in the wheel. Is that an attack going? Tay Jorgensen setting pace as Ben O'Connor has gone on the attack. I really don't want to accelerate too chaotically, so I'm pretty happy just setting this kind of tempo. As Jorgensen's out in front, Vingegaard goes. We kind of have to jump on that if we can. That is a big group of the favourites going off the front. The Visma Lisa bike riders setting an insane tempo up this climb. Narvaez doing what he can, but not quite enough. Alaphilippe, Stora, and Trentin are just going to have to try whatever they can to get us up back to the front. Stora attacks away, but Alaphilippe has nothing left. Does Stora have anything left? What a ride from him today. Will it be Vingegaard or Jorgensen? Ben O'Connor caught over the line. Vingegaard takes the win and the yellow jersey off of his teammate. Domination from Jumbo Visma. Not Jumbo Visma, Visma Lisa bike it now. Alaphilippe, that medium mountains, that was just simply not there. Stora got it all right all day, even picking up maybe a few extra points. Yeah, he picked up one extra point in the King of the Mountains. But I'd say overall that was an okay stage. We've I don't know for whatever reason I've been thinking the whole stage that this is the last stage. We have four more to go. I have no idea why I thought that. But yeah, Stora has not clinched the overall of the King of the Mountains, or even close. I think we have a couple of Cat ones all over the place. Yeah, the big attack from Vingegaard patches out his teammate and Ben O'Connor. Stora takes P5 ahead of the UAE and Little Trek riders. We go to the results page. Stora gets his top five after the breakaway day. Alaphilippe top 10. Just struggled a little bit, but that's to be expected with his rough race day condition. Quintine did okay, but didn't have much to ride for. And yeah, I was just making sure that all my riders made it in the time cut on GC. Remarkably, Matteo Trentin is not as far back as you'd imagine. Um, on the points jersey, we're still pretty far behind. I did want to get some points today in in these two, but I didn't. It wasn't possible. Michael Storer extends to 14. Vingegaard and Ivan Romeo look to be his biggest challenge. Malaysia, I'm not overly worried about. And anyway, tomorrow I will see you for stage 5, where it is a perfect finish for Julian Alaphilippe.